স্টুডেন্টস, ওয়েলকাম টু মাই চ্যানেল। আমি আজ আবার তোমাদের সামনে নিয়ে চলে এসেছি একটা নতুন ভিডিও। আজকের ভিডিওর মাধ্যমে আমরা একটা প্যারাগ্রাফ রাইটিং শিখে নেব, যার টপিক হলো দ্য বেনিফিট অফ রিডিং নিউজ পেপার। আশা করি আজকের ভিডিওটা তোমাদের জন্য উপকারী হবে এবং তোমাদের ভালো লাগবে। যদি তোমাদের ভিডিওটা ভালো লাগে তাহলে অবশ্যই এটাকে লাইক করবে, অবশ্যই এটাকে শেয়ার করবে এবং তুমি যদি আমার চ্যানেল নতুন হও তাহলে চ্যানেলটাকে অবশ্যই সাবস্ক্রাইব করে রাখবে, যাতে আমি এই ধরনের এডুকেশনাল ভিডিও বানালে তা সবার প্রথমে তোমার কাছে পৌঁছে যেতে পারে। আর হ্যাঁ, আমাকে কমেন্ট করে একদম জানাতে ভুলো না যে তোমাদের ভিডিওটা কেমন লেগেছে এবং তোমাদের উপকারে এসেছে কিনা। তাহলে চলো এবার আমরা ভিডিওটা শুরু করি এবং দেখে নিই যে এই টপিকের উপর প্যারাগ্রাফটা আমরা কিভাবে লিখে নিতে পারি। Introductions to newspapers. Newspapers are called the mirrors of the world. They are the natural way of bringing India to the world and the world to India. Newspapers always arouse excitement. It is this art of generating curiosity that compels people to read on. Newspapers play an important role in our democracy and are the most important and effective medium of mass communication. They fully enjoy the freedom of speech by being unbiased. They furnish only the authentic details. Newspapers have played an important role in forming and molding public opinion. Newspapers history. Hickey's Bengal Gazette was the first newspaper printed under British administration in 1780. The publication reported about British control in a variety of sectors. It quickly became the national leader's spokesperson both regionally and nationally. Newspapers were crucial in educating, persuading, and mobilizing people to propagate nationalistic and patriotic beliefs. They instilled in the people a great desire to free India from British tyranny. The Tribune, the Kesari, Maratha, the Hindu, and Swadeshi were among the most influential and strong periodicals in spreading the nationalist agenda against the British. People would read the newspaper together and debate their strategy. The Indians were truly led to freedom by newspapers. Even after independence, media have frequently brought to the forefront topics that were divisive but required public debate to resolve. Newspapers aided in spreading public awareness of social ills like as dowry, child marriage, untouchability, and the sati right, among others. What is the benefit of reading newspapers? Newspapers connect you to the rest of the world, which is why they are referred to as the globe's mirror. In a democracy, a free press serves as a watchdog. It keeps a close eye on government operations, exposing omissions and commissions. As a result, the right to information becomes a reality for the average persons. The purpose of news reporting is to keep democracy alive. Its powerful voice of dissent is essential to the functioning and flourishing of our true democracy. We should read the newspaper to be informed about current events in your country and throughout the world. The newspaper covers everything from the stock market to various political events, strikes, and so on. Not only that, but one also learn about other employment alternatives such as job opening, admission notifications from various universities, scholarships in the country and even abroad, walk-in interviews for jobs, and so on. In the newspaper, there is also a matrimonial column where you can discover a perfect match for yourself. Reading newspaper is an excellent habit to develop in children and it should be instilled in them from an early age. It aids in the development of personality by boosting general knowledge, strengthening language comprehension, writing and reading skills and vocabulary. One can stay up with the fast-paced world and the changes that occur on a regular basis. In the morning assembly, schools should urge pupils to read the news. Regular quizzes or general knowledge competitions centered on current events, sports, politics, and the economy must be organized by schools. This is one way for kids to get into the habit of reading newspaper. Reading newspapers is an important habit in today's society since it provides us with minute data about our surroundings, everything linked to the present, significant influence of various events, and also aids us in predicting or dreaming about the future. Reading newspapers serves to improve a person's intellectual faculties. Hence, it should be done with enthusiasm, fervor, and favor. Newspaper reading versus electronic media. The rise of electronic media is reducing the number of people who read newspapers, particularly among the youth. The more easily accessible visual media appears to be driving the younger generation insane because of the fast-paced lifestyle that is affecting society as a whole. They are more addicted to instant news. Everything has become more visual and the media has made it so appealing to users that they have forgotten the spirit of our traditional newspapers. They are abandoning the practice of reading newspapers. Newspapers are valuable resources for information. The information superhighway is how they are referred to. They also supply us with a variety of benefits that help us in our everyday lives. Reading the newspaper boosts your education while also widening your perspectives. Yet it is becoming a dying habit these days. One scarcely reads the newspaper any longer as the world moves towards digitalization. At least not in this generation. The older generations are responsible for maintaining the readership. One of the most helpful pastimes is reading the newspaper. It enables us to keep up with current events all across the world. We obtain information about recent events from a trustworthy source. We also build expertise in a variety of fields, including politics, film, business, sports, and many more. Newspaper reading can also lead to the identification of new job chances. We can see how it is a fantastic place to hunt for job because reputable businesses advertise business and employment opportunities in the newspaper. Newspaper also make it easier to promote our businesses and products. Consumers are kept up to date on the latest promotions and product launches, allowing them to interact with the businesses. The most crucial benefit is that it improves a person's vocabulary and grammar. Reading the newspaper may aid in a acquisition of new vocabulary and the improvement of your grammar. A newspaper reader may be able to converse fluently on a number of topics because they are familiar with the most common themes. They can socialize more effectively. We don't get bored as a result of it. If you don't think you will need it, if you would not need any company if you have a newspaper in your hands. The dying habit. Sadly, despite its countless benefits, reading the newspaper is becoming a dying habit. People nowadays rarely read newspapers because they can get real time information on their mobile phones and computers. They also avoid picking up the newspaper because technological devices are more convenient for them. Furthermore, in recent years, everything has become extremely convenient and quick. You can stay up to date on what's happening in different regions of the world as it occurs. People no longer read newspapers because they believe they are simply being reminded of what they already know. Furthermore, they do not have to wait until the next day to read the newspaper about current event because thanks to the internet they can obtain it right away. It merely goes to show how passive and sedentary we have become. The only requirement is that everything be served on a platter. As a result, we must not allow this to become our dying habit, as newspapers are incredibly reliable sources of information. Without these, there will be very few people left to verify the fact and information we are given. Now, conclusion. Even though social media and other electronic media are far more easily accessible, let us not forget the importance of reading the newspaper and inculcate this habit of reading in our children so that they continue with the legacy.
তাহলে দেখলে কি সুন্দরভাবে আমরা এই টপিকের উপর প্যারাগ্রাফটা লিখে নিতে পারলাম। তোমরাও কিন্তু ঠিক এইভাবেই লেখার চেষ্টা করবে, তাহলেই দেখবে তোমরা এক্সামে খুব ভালো মার্কস পেতে পারবে। তাহলে আজকের ভিডিওটা আমি এখানেই শেষ করছি। পরের ভিডিওতে নতুন কোনো টপিক নিয়ে আবার তোমাদের সামনে হাজির হচ্ছি। ততক্ষণের জন্য বাই, এবং ভিডিওটা দেখার জন্য তোমাদের অসংখ্য ধন্যবাদ।